Swedes are one of those versatile vegetables that you can use for all sorts of different things. You can use them in casseroles, you can use them in stews, roast dinners, and they're a great vegetable that you'll be able to harvest through the winter. And over the last few years I've grown Swede but not had a great deal of success with them. But this year things have changed, and I've done two things differently this year that have made my Swedes really successful. I'm going to show you some of the Swedes that I'm going to harvest and show you what I did to make them successful. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel for future videos on how to sow and grow fruit and veg and a few recipe ideas, then please press the subscribe button. So we'll pick this Swede as an example. This is one on the perimeter. If I pull the leaves away, you can see that there's lots of leaf stems, very healthy, and you can see a nice bulbed up Swede just here. Now I could leave that in a little bit longer if I wanted to and make it grow a little bit bigger, but because of the amount I've got and because I'm going to use this on the weekend, I'm just going to dig it up. So I'm just going to gently get my fork just on the perimeter of it and just gently lift it, and there you can see lifting up nicely, and then we'll just pull it out. And there you can see a nice healthy Swede with a good root system and healthy leaves. As I say, I could leave that in a little bit longer to make it bigger, but I have got so many. And I am going to plant another sowing this week. We are in the middle of August at the moment, and that will give me a crop for later in the year, November, December, January, February. I'm going to start them again in pods, and I want to plant them in exactly the same way. But I'll give that a bit of a clean up, take the leaves off, and then take that home. So there's a video on my channel which I posted, I think it was in early June, which shows you how I planted these Swedes out. It's the same video where I also cover kale. In that video I explained that I planted these seeds in pods on the 4th of May, and they were ready for planting out about 5 or 6 weeks later. And that video shows you how I planted them, how I prepared the ground, and what type of things the ground likes. But the two things that I've done differently this year, which have completely changed everything, is one, I've covered the Swedes in green scaffold netting, and that's the netting that doesn't allow virtually anything through. Because Swedes are a member of the Brassica family, and things like cabbage butterfly and flea beetle, things like that will attack the leaves. And the leaves are important because it relies on the chlorophyll in the leaves to be converted into glucose and sugar, which is food for the plant, by the process of photosynthesis using sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air. And if you obviously have the leaves attacked, you're going to have less leaves, less chlorophyll, and you're going to get less goodness through the leaves into the plants. And of course they are a root vegetable, so they will take nutrients from the ground as well. But it has made a massive difference this year. So that's the first thing I've done. I've netted them for the whole of the time that they've been in and just left them. The second thing that I did differently this time is when I prepared the ground, I scattered some fish blood and bone over the surface. Now, as a member of the Brassica family, Swedes do like alkaline soil, so I could have put lime instead of that, but I used fish blood and bone because of the additional nutrients that were in it. And as you can see, it has clearly worked. The Swedes that you can see behind me, very healthy leaves. There is some slight attack on them. You can see where they've been slightly, but not to the point where they're devastated, which is what's happened in the past. And I've ended up in the past with Swedes that are either really very slow to grow and only produce very tiny Swedes, or they're very rooty and they don't bulb up. This appears to have solved the problem. So here's the Swede we've just harvested. We've taken that home now, putting it in. I think I'm probably going to make a stew out of it actually. It's also good if you want to do mash. So if you cook it like a potato, peel it, cook it like a potato and boil it, and you can mash it with potatoes. That's really nice as well, Swede and potato mash. But it's such a versatile vegetable, there's lots of other things you can do with it. So that's the end of the video, and obviously the techniques that I've used this year I'm definitely going to use again, because this is the most successful crop of Swedes that I've ever had. And also remembered, as I'm actually doing this end sequence for the video, that I haven't told you what the variety is. It's a variety called Helena. It's the first time I've grown them, but I'll definitely be growing them again next year. If you've got any comments that you want to put in the comment box below in relation to maybe what you do to protect Swedes or Brassicas generally, then please put them so that other people can share them. And if you do like the video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe to the channel for future videos on how to sow and grow fruit and veg and 1 or 2 recipe ideas, then please press the subscribe button. And I'll see you all on the next video.